Now you might notice on recent rides I've had this Garmin XT2, sorry, you know what I mean, recently. And I thought I'd just give my thoughts on it, and it's bloody fantastic. There you go, video done, excellent. Now I probably should go into more detail. Most people are going to start by using their phones, and at some stage they're going to do the upgrade. Is the phone the worst thing in the world, and are you a bad person for using a mobile phone as a navigation device? Of course not. However, there are pros and cons. So the big difference I found was the screen visibility. So these are super, super bright, and you can see them all the time. The phone, you can't see all the time. It's not designed to be out in the bright open. I know they kind of are, but they aren't. You know, most people will use their phones indoors or not in direct sunlight. The downside of what it does, so you can actually see it, obviously, not as well, but you can still see it. It's only when it's like the sun's behind you shining down on it that you can't see it. However, what it does with the phone is it'll pump up its brightness to max, to 100%, and then it stays on that all day long, and the battery just can't handle it. And so what I found, even though if I would be charging it, over the day you'd still lose power in the phone because it's trying to do something it's not designed for. These have a massive battery in them. You know, it's quite a sizable unit. You can see that's quite a big solid unit. Now when I first got this, I didn't hook it up to the bike, I just mounted it up, and then I rode from Lake Macquarie down to Sydney to finish my Pacific Highway run, and then back home again, and it only used up about a quarter of the battery. So that's pretty significant. I didn't even need to wire it in. However, I have since wired it in, and I never need to worry about batteries again. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. All right, now, other things about it. The downside is that it's a Garmin, so therefore it runs Garmin maps and it runs a Garmin system. You have no choice over that. So as a phone, you can choose all different types of maps and apps. You've got a lot more flexibility on the phone. And I realise now that I'm just pointing at the phone, there's not a phone there. However, the big thing I found about this was that I was changing the way I used it. With the phone, I would only draw out a track, and then I'd follow the track. So it was very specific. Whereas in this one, I'm using waypoints instead and using a route, and the route is waypoints connected together. And it then works out your path, which means that if you go off the path, it's just going to recalculate because it knows where you want to go next. So that aspect of it, if the road is on there, is really good. And obviously there's going to be times where it's not. So what I do is I load the track on there for visibility, but I follow the route. But it's really good when it's that sort of combination between your car's GPS where you just say, go here, and this where we're just following a track. It's kind of the nice ground in between. So, and you can do both quite easily. So I find that a broader range of usability. The other thing is that it's got a lot more data that you can see while you're riding, and which I really love. So because I've done it as a route, it means I know exactly how long until the next point distance. And then of course, because the route includes all the way to the final destination for the day, then I know what time we're due to land today. And I'd hoped to get home before MotoGP. Qualifying started at Phillip Island, but I'm going to miss it. Now, the other key thing about this is you can use it with your gloves. So I believe that's a difference between the XT and the XT2, is they've greatly enhanced that. But yeah, I found using even these summer gloves, which are thinner, or the thicker winter gloves, it easily is touchable. And you don't even have to sort of, poke at it. It's literally just a nice little touch. So that is brilliant. With the phone, you can't do that at all. It's just, you need to pull over and pull your gloves off to do anything. The rest of the stuff, the track recorder is obviously really good. It's great to have a dedicated device that is tracking my GPS. So then I can export a GPX file, which is accurate and solid and is not going to have gaps in it. So that's a big, big plus for me. The other nice thing is it has, it actually connects to your phone to my center. So the phone's connected to the center, it's connected to the phone. And so therefore you can control your music and stuff from here. If you're someone who listens to music, I don't really listen to it. It's really only the last little legs, maybe I'll put it on. But the phone element, if someone rings, it'll pop up on here. And so you can have your phone in your pocket and then answer it up there, or decide not to answer it depending on who it is. And then your phone will just automatically make the connection. So that part of it is really good. It'll pop up with, you can choose what notifications you want from your phone, but some notifications can pop up. Someone sends you a text, then you can get that. You can choose it to ignore that if you want it to, or ignore certain notifications. So that I found really good. It connects to the InReach as well. So I've got the InReach Mini sitting on my shoulder. You can connect to it, and so you can send messages from that, which just makes it a little more usable. It's just a usability feature. Oh, okay, there's one other feature I do love. Okay, there's an option here called round trip. And so you set a starting location and you set what kind of trip you want and then what direction you want to go in, north, south, east, west, etc. And then it creates a track for you. Now the cool thing is, one of the things I do love about this is that when you're going anywhere, and if you've got a route planned between your location and point A, you can decide what that route looks like, similar to your normal GPS that says fastest or shortest. You can say I want to go fastest route, or it has an adventure between 1 and 4, and so it'll plan a route between there that will look for the twisty roads and look for the dirt roads. So when I'm planning a route, I've planned a specific route, so I'm not really deviating from the plan so much, typically. But then when I'm changing that, when I am sort of looking to be a little more freestyle, then that's a really cool feature. And so you can find routes. So even on the way back, I've got a waypoint that's going from the campsite back home. And typically I would have gone down to Bells on a Road and then down that way, but it's actually shown me there's another way, which I'm gonna follow it and see where it goes. So I haven't been down that road before, and there's nothing I love more than finding roads I've never been down. So that feature is pretty cool too. Oh, it does have a field tracking. What it does is you set your maximum range, and then it will alert you when you're getting near to that range. And the cool thing is it will then start looking for fuel stations automatically for you. So that's pretty cool. Although again, I tend to plan that stuff out anyway. So owner's manual's built into it, which makes it a bit easier. It's got a weather radar, which is just picking up from the GPS system. Yes, it's a lot of money, it's $1,000. However, it's bloody brilliant. So for me, it's worth every cent because it's a part of my adventure enablement. And so that way I really enjoy it. I really like it. And the good thing is that the phone, I can mount it there if I want, or I tend to keep it in my pocket instead. Anyway, I hope that helps. Bit long-winded. Anyway, I'm gonna go do some riding.